One we don't have here on the list. What about Carlos Watkins, right? We
Oh
know what
yeah,
Carlos Watkins meant to that first championship team, right? And that group that he had the young group coming up behind him, and we're going to talk about a couple of those guys. He was the elder statesman on that team, or one of the elder statesmen. So it certainly has been a deep position for Clemson through the years, and I will definitely say when Clemson has been at its best, that they've been really, really good on the defensive line.
for sure. And what an extended run. I mean, that was definitely a hallmark of that 81 championship team. And then the teams when you and I were on campus, the whole front seven really was just
Yep.
absolutely loaded. So we've got maybe my favorite, just an electric guy to watch. Unbelievable. Chester McLaughlin, 1988 to 1991. The late Chester McLaughlin, rest in peace. Unfortunately, we're going to say that about a few of these guys on these lists coming up. Definitely gone before his time. First round draft pick, went to the Raiders and just raised mayhem in the NFL. And I remember the old Nike commercial with him going, boo. It was like this
Yeah.
montage of clips and everything, and they just cut to him with a dark backdrop. Boo. It was tremendous. 20 and a half sacks. And the one I remember most is in that Gator Bowl against
Oh,
West Virginia. And he sacks Major Harris, notices that he popped the ball loose, just throws Harris to the side and dives on the ball in the end zone
for a
for a
touchdown.
sack
Yep.
and a touchdown. Just an unbelievable play. And that to me was the epitome of who he was, right? You just never knew when he was going to explode in the other team's face and have a giant play. Just an absolute wrecking ball of a player.
A couple of years before we went to school there. He's a little bit younger than Williams, so there was that 1 year of overlap, I think, right? So, but he was so talented and so strong up front, and you just knew what you were going to get from him every single game. And he didn't play on the greatest Clemson teams ever, but you never doubted what you were going to get from Michael Dean. And I know, again, I know a lot of people are going to talk about William Perry. He's a great player, right? And a great face of the program. But Michael Dean, I look, I think he's right there. I don't think you want to debate the list, that's fine, but I don't think anybody's going to argue against Michael Dean Perry and what he meant to that program.
No,